Welcome back, everybody. For all journalists, reporters, producers out there, we know the press release situation isn't always very helpful to us. Usually it's filled with a lot of junk that we read right through. But there is an art to a press release. And getting the right press release is even more challenging for small companies because typically your name isn't as recognizable. So your PR folks have to do even more work to make the TV people and the reporters and the print people read your press release. The man with the answers is Richard Lorenzen. Joining us from Fifth Avenue branch, you represent those smaller businesses and those entrepreneurs. So, the art of a press release, where do you start?
So the first step is you have to have something that's newsworthy to announce. There's no way around that.
Do people really want to do press releases without anything newsworthy?
Some of them do.
Oh, man.
A lot of small companies do because they're looking for any kind of way that they can find to get their name out there.
Yes.
And they figure, I'll come up with anything. I'll write an article that looks like, any kind of information about my company. And I'll put it out there and maybe I'll get
So you roll
Fox
your
News
eyes
to pick it up.
without
Right.
really rolling your eyes.
You have to have something that's newsworthy to announce, whether it's a new product, it could be a new employee, it could be a new market you're expanding into. Anything that's new about your company that's going to get somebody's attention you can use.
Okay, but how do you get that somebody's attention when our inboxes are clogged with all their pitches?
So once you figure out, okay, we're going to announce this, whether it's a new product, whatever, you have to figure out how is this relevant to maybe what's in the news right now. What's going to get the attention of Fox News or CNBC? What can we tie this into that's happening right now, whether it's maybe some kind of a trend in your industry or another kind of a product that just came out that maybe your product could complement. So
you're writing their story for them.
Right.
In a sense, I know what you cover, I know what's going on in the news, and this is a way you can bring in this.
Right. It's great that you have a story, but you need to find some kind of way to make it relevant. This way it appeals to the masses.
So it's almost like you work for the person you're pitching to.
Right,
instead of pitching for.
Exactly. Because if it's not newsworthy, nobody's going to read it. Fox News doesn't want to publish something that's just, XYZ Corporation announces a new product. But if you can tie it into something that's going on right now, XYZ company launches a product that fixes such and such solution that's a problem right now for the country or for your market segment.
So you get rid of the fluff, you tie it into current events, then what?
Now you put it out. Now you distribute it. And it comes down to you want to find a media list that obviously is reaching your target audience. You want to find the right journalists who are at each of those outlets, and you want to send it out to them. Put it in an email. Don't attach it. Don't put it in an attachment. Nobody reads attachments. Copy and paste it into an email.
Thank you for saying that.
Don't put it into attachments.
I know. Okay, that's probably the most important thing. And also keep it short.
Right, keep it short. 2-3 paragraphs at most.
Yeah, I would say
one
that's
paragraph
long.
is better. Yeah. Put one paragraph and then put a little bit of information about your company at the bottom, a bio about your company.
Yep. And then you also say here, quickly, you form relationships with people rather than doing mass pitches.
Right. Like I said before, you want to put together a media list who's covering the audience that you're trying to reach. Don't just send out a press release to every single newspaper you can find.
Right.
Look for the newspapers that are reporting to the audience that you're trying to reach. Look for the outlets that are in your niche.
Yep.
If it's something about the medical industry, maybe the USA Today doesn't want it. Send it out to medical journals. Send it out to different magazines that are covering your niche. Make it as targeted as possible and form relationships with those people.
Much like trying to get a job. If you advertise to everybody, you advertise to nobody.
Right. You can't be everything to everybody.
Thank you so much, Richard Lorenzen, for coming on. We'll put your website on the screen. Okay. And we appreciate your time this morning.